Hello, everybody. Welcome to Kizito Media, and this is our take on the most recent Nicki Minaj versus Cardi B back and forth that has been going on in the media. I remember, as reported, that Nicki Minaj had promised to address a couple of things. Our first observation was about the YouTube situation. YouTube cutting down views of the song she was featured in with Little Mix from the UK. But little did we know that Cardi B would be on the menu for her Queen Radio on Monday, October the 30th. Now, as you all know, you probably heard from multiple sources all over the news, all over social media. You know, this thing went from worse to worst in just a few hours. And if you don't know much about the story, Cardi B's sister Hennessy, Carolina, went into a Twitter back and forth with Ra Ali, who is a close ally and friend to Nicki Minaj. And so Nicki Minaj comes on Queen Radio trying to clarify a few things about that night at the gala where Cardi B tried to attack her and throw a shoe and all that stuff that went into the media. And so Nicki Minaj for some reason brought it up, and Cardi B was obviously listening word for word. If you listen to her response, she went on to post a few videos, just going back and forth on every topic that Nicki Minaj touched on concerning that night, where Nicki said that Ra Ali was in fact the one who put a knot on her head. And so, long story short, it just went so far. It went into that song, Motorsport. Cardi B brought some information that we probably didn't know, saying that Nicki Minaj indeed switched lyrics. Actually, had to switch lyrics because Cardi B refused to record the music video because Nicki Minaj referred to Cardi B as a quarterback, with Nicki Minaj being the coach. So Cardi B vehemently say, you know what, you are not my coach, you didn't help me start my career, therefore I'm not a quarterback, you're not my coach. And the root of the problem here, ladies and gentlemen, is very, very, very simple. I really think that these women don't have any hostility towards each other. There's no hatred at all. The problem, from observation, is that Nicki Minaj, in a way, expected Cardi B to really pay homage to her publicly, or for example say, I'm so thankful to Nicki Minaj, for paving a way, or for Nicki Minaj for my career, in a way, not directly, but in a way, just like artists, they're coming up and they try, or they usually bring they usually talk about the person who inspired them, who they learned from. As an artist, there's always somebody that you idolize, somebody that you listen to, somebody you mimic. And from the look of things, obviously, from the fashion statements, from the way Cardi raps, people came to a conclusion that she really idolized Nicki, but she never brought it publicly. She has never, publicly praised Nicki Minaj, and that's what she expected. And on Monday, Cardi B really did mention that. She said, you know what, I grew up listening to Nicki Minaj, and since high school, but the only difference is that I do not suck, just like the other girls do. And so, basically that is the only thing. I believe Nicki Minaj knows, and just like all of us know that this is a different era. It's an era of social media. When Nicki Minaj was coming up, social media was just coming up, and she actually had to, really come up the traditional way, but with social media, Cardi B, just came up on Instagram mainly, and her music caught up. People loved her personality. I would say not so much of the music at first, but so much of the funny personality that she, other videos she used to post and being funny, and people just loved Cardi B before they loved her music. Now the music has come out very strong, and she has improved tremendously, as we all know, and she's the hottest female rapper right now. There is no doubt. The numbers speak for themselves. 3 number ones. She's been in the top 10 Billboard Hot 100 for weeks and weeks. It is great, but also it is worth noting that she's only been around for 2 years. And so this is our professional perspective. First of all, Nicki Minaj did not have to go very far with this. Obviously being the older one, the one being, being in her 30s, and also being in the industry for over 10 years, she should have known better not to, respond the way she responded. And she could have, played it cool. She could have, maybe like we saw at first at that other gala where, they talked, and so the pictures looked like, they were okay. But she fueled more of the fire. And back to Cardi B, it doesn't matter what was said about her, because I believe that all artists, whether Christian, non-Christian, be it politics, be it in any field, as long as you're in competition with somebody, you're going to talk about them, be it in blogging, social media, media outlets, CNN, Fox, CBS, all these networks always say something against the other. So that is just, as long as it's behind closed doors, everybody talks about each other. So there shouldn't be a lie that none of the parties talks about the other. They both do talk about each other, but this public display of hostility, has come to its worst. But the good news is that, Nicki Minaj came out after all that drama. She's like, you know what? Hey guys, let's just be positive. We are all blessed. Let's just keep moving forward. And Cardi B responded as well. All right then, let's be positive. But I think at some point, somebody mature in the industry has to bring these ladies together, and just call a truce, bring an end to this debate, because it's not helping anybody. It's entertaining, like Nicki Minaj said on her Twitter. People love drama. That's how people are. People love entertainment, but to both artists. And Cardi B also mentioned that, you're going to damage your legacy trying to be a hater, which I don't think Nicki Minaj said that, there is no reason for me not to like you, and you could tell that, they're both, they would love to coexist. In fact, she did say that we can all exist, because it's very clear, she's been in the game for 10 years, and this is the media business. People want something new. People, however good you are, people always want something new. People want, the newest thing on the market, be it in fashion, be it on TV. People want the newest show, the newest trend. And right now, it is Cardi B. For how long? We don't know, but there's probably another rapper who's going to come up, and she will probably surpass Cardi B. So, I just think, and I do advise fans to really stop fighting. You don't have to fight. All these are great artists, and Cardi B has a potential to really be greater than Nicki Minaj. But all this hostility is not good. It's not good. Personally, I love both ladies. I think they're so gifted, and Nicki can be kind of a mentor not only to Nicki Minaj but to other female rappers. And Cardi B, I think it's too early to start really throwing heat to people she found in the industry, because this is the music industry. People love you as long as you're hot, but who knows what's going to happen tomorrow. So at the end of the day, our take is that both ladies are great. They all have potential to even be greater, but they can do much better getting along. We don't need to hear any more of this drama. It's not constructive. It's not helping upcoming artists. It's not really helping the music industry. And just think that we can just coexist. We can all coexist. And especially to the older artists, there is this thing that they create where it's like nobody can come in. I think that has to be done away with, and let's just help new artists to come in, especially on the female side. We don't have so many artists who are coming up, so we need more female MCs coming up. And we just need to create an environment that welcomes new artists and set a good example. Nicki Minaj did mention something in her Queen Radio where she said that so many people, because they can put a few ABCs together, they claim they're rappers, and that she seemed to be frustrated by the influx of new so-called rappers. You can wear a colored wig, or you can dress up nice. You have a few connections, you are friends with some rappers, and the next day you are a rapper. At this point, anybody can do a song in their house. Anybody can promote themselves. Anybody can get on iTunes, on Tidal, Google Play, which Facebook, Instagram. Anybody can really self-promote themselves, and have numbers, have followers. But I think there just has to be some kind of a system, and a system that is working to develop and also mentor and give an opportunity for younger artists to work with the older ones, and without any hatred, without any animosity, because we do not need this at all. All right, what do you think? But that was our take. Our word is not the gospel truth, but that is just our observation, and we just wish both artists the very best, and also to the artists who are coming up, be writing down notes and see what's going on, and try to avoid going through the same things that these two gifted artists are going through. All right, thank you so much for listening in to our take on the situation. And just like these two ladies said, I believe and we wish this will be our last time talking about this. So many things to talk about in the world of entertainment and in in other aspects of life. So this is Kizito Media, our take. Please feel free to comment. What do you think? And feel free to follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And subscribe to our channel here on YouTube for more videos, for more of our perspective on what's going on in the industry. Thank you for listening. This is Kizito Media. See you soon.